In breaking news, the Sydney siege has come to a tragic end with the death of 2 hostages and the gunman. Approaching the 17th hour just after 2 a.m, the escape of 6 hostages seemed to trigger the violence, with the sound of gunfire echoing around the Martin Place Lindt Cafe. It was at this point heavily armed police stormed the cafe, setting off stun grenades and releasing fire. 2 men died at the scene, including the gunman and a 34-year-old male hostage, while the 38-year-old female victim later died in hospital. A further 4 hostages were treated for injuries, while a male police officer received a gunshot pellet graze to the face. The rest of the hostages later poured out of the cafe, where they had been held for almost 17 hours. The gunman has been identified as Iranian cleric Man Haron Monis, who was on bail for being an accessory in the murder of his ex-wife and had faced more than 40 sexual and indecent assault charges. In 2013, he was convicted over sending offensive letters to the families of dead Australian soldiers. At 9:44 a.m. Monday morning, Monis entered the Lindt Chocolate Cafe on Martin Place, a busy area in Sydney's CBD, and locked the hostages inside. Terrified, some held their hands up against the glass and others were made to hold a black flag with Arabic writing. The Channel 7 newsroom was used as a vantage point for police, directly across from the cafe. Some hostages managed to escape throughout the day. After 7 hours, 2 raced out the front door, followed by a Lindt worker who departed via the side door. It was confirmed fewer than 30 hostages were inside. At 5 p.m, 2 female hostages escaped, followed by another 9 hours before the siege's deadly conclusion. New South Wales Police Force made it clear that this was the act of a crazed individual and there is no need for mass panic. Throughout the siege, Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott asked the media to be cautious in their reporting of the event. Support has poured in from all corners of the Australian community, banding together to recognise the act was by an individual and does not reflect the Islamic community.